What's going on, y'all? It's your boy B from breviews.tech, and today we finally have the software. Voicebuddy is officially live, so if you've seen some of my teasers, you've seen a little bit of how this program works, but today I'm going to take you through a full review. I'm going to show you how the program works, and we're going to play around with a couple little things on it as well. So join me on this journey and we'll play around with the software. As always, down below you will find timestamps for what we're doing and when. That way you can jump around the video if you prefer to see exactly what things are doing. Also down below you are going to find my link, which will take you to my bonus page. I have 4 pretty incredible bonuses being attached to this software. This software is something I already believe in. I've actually owned it now for over a year, so the bonuses are just something I'm throwing in on top. This is a piece of software I know you're going to love and you're going to use quite often. So let's dive right in. We're going to dive right into the Voicebuddy interface, and on here you're going to see a few different things. Of course, they've got their VIP Facebook group because everybody has a VIP Facebook group now. You have your dashboard. Now your dashboard, and one thing I will tell you about Voicebuddy, as a piece of software, as a website, it can run a little slow. And I think that just depends on how many folks are using it at any given time and what they're doing, and how it all works. So in this case, you can see I've clicked dashboard and it's just taking a while to get there. So dashboard's going to show you all of your different audios and what's happening. TTS WaveNet will let you create a video using Google TTS, and that's text to speech. TTS Poly is the Amazon side of life, so that's the Amazon Poly, which is if you have one of the Amazon Alexa speakers sitting around your house, it uses Amazon Poly. Again, here's our dashboard coming up. It just shows you how many audios we've generated, kind of what we've done, all of the fun stuff that we have played around with here. You have a Facebook audio list. So this is kind of your, actually I shouldn't even say Facebook, it's actually not Facebook. Every time I see that F, that's what I think. This is just your audio list. So it's everything that you've generated. You also have version numbers in here. So version 1, version 4, version 3. Anytime you regenerate or you update or change something within your voiceovers, it creates a new version. And that's how it helps you keep track of what it is you're working on. You have an option in here to merge your audios. So if you have multiple voiceovers that you want to combine into one, you can. What projects you've done, you can create projects, create a list. There's a video creator in here if you've bought that upsell. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Image editor, gallery, YouTube, where you can send straight to YouTube if you have the upgrade. Now, we're going to talk about all these different upgrades and kind of how they all work. Of course, there's also some bonuses in here. They give you some templates, some scripts, all that other fun stuff in here, so that's fun. Sub-user is if you've bought the agency license. You can actually go in and create sub-users, so you can sell access to this program for $5 a month and make back your cost in less than a month. Pretty cool. Help is in here, and that will take you to some training and all that other fun stuff. I honestly, personally just prefer TTS Poly. I don't know why, I just think it sounds better. So we're going to go in here and we're going to play around with this. So we are going to call this Voicebuddy Demo Review. Easy. Okay. Now compose an epic. Now I have the front end of Voicebuddy plus the first upgrade. The first upgrade gives you unlimited and allows you to import from a URL. I've never imported from a URL. So I've never played around with that. I've not had a need for it yet. I'm sure I can. I'm sure there's something that I will one day use it for. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump to Wikipedia and just pull up some information on a blog. And we're just going to grab part of this. And I'm just going to take it back and drop it in here. Now, when you copy and paste, you can go right from here, take this whole thing, go in here, and just select your voice. Now, one thing I will tell you, if you only buy the front end, you're only going to get the standard voices. The neural voices under the TTS, or under the TTS Poly, and then under the TTS WaveNet, you will not get. So you only get one set of the voices. They claim there's about 141 voices you get on the front end, which is crazy. There's even child voices in here, but the upgraded voices do sound a lot better. So keep that in mind. Now within here you have your languages. Again, if you have bought the second upgrade, which allows you to translate into any language, and they have a ton of languages in here that you can translate into, so you can put an English script in and then translate to one of these languages. So if you are looking to have voiceovers in different languages, you can do that here without having to pay extra. Well, other than, of course, the upgrade that you bought, which is kind of nice. The other thing you can do with the upgrade that I have purchased is I can drop a text file in here, or here's that URL option that I can drop in. So I can drop in a URL and kind of play with that and see exactly what happens. We'll play with that in a second. We'll see what it does. For now, I'm just going to take this, copy paste, drop it in here, do nothing to it, and let's grab Joey, Neural. Now, click choose. You can either translate if you have that option, or click submit, and it's going to create the audio. We'll get a pop-up. Our audio is here. Now, I always have headphones in when I record, so I'm just going to push play. We're going to take a listen to this.
A blog, a weblog, is a discussion or informational website published on the World Wide Web consisting of discrete, often informal diary-style text entries, posts. Posts are typically displayed in reverse chronological order, so that the most recent post appears first at the top of the web page. Until 2000.
Now here's something interesting about this software. I don't know if you caught it there as it was playing, but as it reads, it is actually designed to put a breath in. So you'll hear that towards kind of the mid and the ends of sentences. Let me play it again and we'll see if we can turn it up a little bit.
Order, so that the most recent post appears first at the top of the web page. Until 2009.
Right there at the top of the web page. So it adds that natural kind of feeling of a breath in there. Now let's say we went in here, didn't like Joey. I'm going to put a note in here. This helps you also keep track of what you're doing with what version. I'm going to go back and I'm going to tweak some of this. So I'm going to go ahead and move some of this around to kind of play with it, smooth it out a little bit. I'm going to get rid of a few things in here as well. So like this, we'll get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of, actually we're going to keep that. And we're going to move this guy. Now another thing that you can do here, if you would like, you can go through line by line and mark them as sentences. So that way, as this is going through and changing things, it knows exactly what to say and how to say it. You can put sentences in here. We can actually put in, like right here, we're going to highlight this little comma, and I am going to put a break in here. Let's put a 400 millisecond break in here. You can add breaths in. There are different effects, so if you want it to be soft or whispered for a certain thing, you can select emphasis on certain words, stress levels if you want them, speeds. If you feel like he's just talking too slow, we can just speed it up. So we'll go in here, we'll click on this, and we are going to put this as fast. Now, let's go back in. Let's choose Kimberly. Let's go to a female for this one. Submit. Give this just a second. Okay, audio is generated. Now, as we look, V1 was our original. We have the note in here. V2 is now our latest, the one that we just made. So we're going to play that.
A blog is a discussion or informational website published on the World Wide Web consisting of discrete, often informal diary-style text entries, posts. Posts are typically displayed in reverse chronological order, so that the most recent post appears first, at the top of the web page. Until 2009, blogs were usually the work of a single individual, citation needed, occasionally of a small group.
Now, there's where you run into some interesting things. Since we've pulled this from Wikipedia, just quick and easy place to grab it, you'll see that there's certain things like these citation needed, these little notes and all that good stuff. If you copy and paste those in, the system's just going to speak them. So you've got to do a little bit of editing. It's not as simple. You know, the email swipes on this are going to tell you, hey, just copy, paste, and generate, and you're done. There's still a little bit of work you're going to have to do. But this makes it significantly easier than, say, running your own voiceover, hiring somebody to do a voiceover, and having to do edits and rewrites with them. In the amount of time I could go to a site like Fiverr or Upwork and hire somebody to do a voiceover for me, I can run it myself, rebuild it, rebuild it again, change the voice, change inflection, and that person on Fiverr or Upwork probably just looked at what job I offered them. So again, this is a wonderful piece of software for folks, and for me, what I will say is for folks who either have a limited ability to speak in the language that you are trying to convey in, B, don't have the ability to speak. So if something happened, you were an accident, born with an ailment that prevents you from speaking, or even folks who maybe have a stutter and just want a YouTube channel but don't want to be the ones talking on camera. You can do that here. You can shoot the video and then throw a voiceover over top to help smooth all that out and make it a little bit easier for folks to understand you. If anyone's ever said to you, hey, you got a thick accent, I can't understand you, here's a piece of software that might help with that. Or just find better people that aren't assholes. Yes, I said it. Now, for me, Voicebuddy's phenomenal. I love this piece of software. Just because there's times where if I've done a lot the day before, my voice is tired. And I just don't have it in me. But I have something that I want to put out onto, say, social media or YouTube. I want to make a video. I have some content I want to get out. I can do a voiceover instead and have it up, running, and going from there. So now that we've done this, I'm going to go back to our audio list, and now we'll see, here is our 2 audios that we just did. So for the sake of, let's take a look, let's do a full demo, we're going to go into the TTS WaveNet. Voicebuddy Review Demo 2. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to go over to my own page, and I just recently changed servers, so might be running a little slow. Joyous. And what I want to do is I just want to grab one of my reviews or one of my links. You know what? We're going to just do it from here. Of course. So, here we go. Now I'm going to grab this. This is one of the reviews I've done on a program called Video Marketing Blaster. And I have actually, I still use this program as well. So if you get a chance, link will be somewhere in here, probably up here, over here, you know, wherever YouTube puts it this week. Take a look. It might be something you like as well to help you get your videos noticed. We're just going to paste this URL in here, and I'm going to click Fetch Text. And I'm going to see what this does, because this is technically part of the unlimited upgrade that I have. I've never used it. Wow. Boy. That's a heck of a thing. So it really just pulled everything from my blog in here. So I'm going to do the same thing. Now, here's the same thing you have. With the Google WaveNet voices, the standard voices are included. The WaveNet voices are what you get with the first upgrade. So we'll start with the female this time and submit. And this one's going to take a little bit longer because there's a lot more text in here. But again, this is the reason I went to the unlimited, because sometimes I want something that's more than 500 words. In your front-end purchase, the initial we'll call it $22, it's $21.97 currently during their fire sale, you can do up to 500 words copy and paste. You also can only do 15 voiceovers a day, and that includes revisions. So keep that in mind if this is a piece of software you're looking to purchase. So let's go down and we're going to take a listen, because there's a lot of random in here.
Video Marketing Blaster. B reviews skip to the content. B reviews and tutorials for affiliate marketers. Menu home about privacy policy terms and conditions. Contact the blog reviews menu. Close menu home about show sub menu privacy policy terms and conditions. The blog contact reviews home about show sub menu privacy policy terms and conditions. Contact the...
Okay, that's enough of that. So you see what's happening is when you put a URL in here, having that first upgrade to get this option, it literally pulls everything from the website. The menus, the headers, the footers, everything is in here. So if you do pull from a website, let's say your blog, you are going to have to do a little tweaking again. But we know that because that's how the software works. Still though, it's kind of cool to hear that I can just go in here and pull this. Let's see here. So let's go here. We'll delete this out. Now that's the beginning of everything. That's all the extra stuff that we don't need. So let's go in here. We are going to pick another voice. Now I will say, though I like the Amazon Poly voices, when I use something like this, I want folks to know that it's kind of a fake generated, because I don't want them not wanting to hear my own voice. So that's just me. If you're using this because you don't want your own voice heard, you're, shy, whatever it is, whatever we've talked about for that, then the TTS WaveNet voices are the better of the voices. They sound so much more realistic in my mind. So let's see here. That's version 1. Here's version 2, where we got rid of a bunch of stuff.
Finally, something that works the way it says it does. Now here's an interesting product that is basically there for keyword research, but it will also show you volumes of searches and allows you to select where you are searching from. So let's say you have a product to sell on eBay. You can search only eBay for the keywords to see what will help your product get noticed.
Okay.
Even Pinterest is listed here for your searching pleasure.
Again, that's a very natural sounding voice. It actually, what it sounds like is a voice actor sitting in a studio or at home in one of the, voice acting boxes that they use, and talking into a microphone. And you can do that for $22. Now, if you want to do the upgrade, of course, it's going to cost you a little bit more. And we are going to talk a little bit about those upgrades. Let's see here. Voicebuddy fire sale. Let's go take a look. All right, so there's a whole bunch of the stuff going on this. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Here is their kind of front end page. It's going to talk about everything. This one says $38.34, so make sure you get it from my link because it is $21.97 if you use my link to get there. It's got all the same kind of stuff in here. Now, the upgrades and bonuses, what I'm going to talk to you about and what I'm going to tell you about these is there's a lot going on this page. Now, if you buy the front end, after you've paid for that, it's going to take you to the upgrades. When you get to the upgrades, scroll all the way to the bottom and you will see a very small link. It's going to say, no, I don't want this for this price, whatever it may be. Click that button. It's going to take you to another page that's identical to the page you were just on, but it's going to sell you the upgrade at a reduced price. So the first upgrade right now is $37.95 plus $10 per month to get. If you skip to the second page, it drops that to $29.95 plus $10 a month. So again, you'll save some money on the front end of it. You'll save about $10, which means you'll get your first month for free, in essence, instead of paying the full price. For any of the upgrades, you can do that. So that's a huge, big thing to know. Again, scroll down on the upgrade screens, click and it's going to be tiny link. You will have to look for it. But it's going to say, no, I don't want this. I know it's going to increase in price later, whatever it may be. And then click that link. And on the next page, you are going to get a cheaper version of that, what they call OTO or one-time offer. So you can buy these upgrades at a more inexpensive price if you feel that you need them. Same thing with the translation, same thing with the agency license, all that other fun stuff. The one that I will tell you I recommend you skip is the video creation. And we go back in here, we have this video creator, of course I don't have here. Let's click over and we'll take a look at the OTO 3. I'm going to pause this video before it plays. Again, it'll say it's a one-time offer, it's $47. So if we go down and scroll all the way to the bottom of this page, right here, I understand this essential and powerful upgrade to Voicebuddy will not have fun, yada yada yada. For me to say no thanks is a decision I fully thought out to make. Click these links. Now, because I'm on an older platform for this may not work for me, but for you guys, if you click on that, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to the page that will allow you to get it cheaper. So that's one of the advantages to getting it now in the fire sale. It's going to be cheaper for you than it was for me, but that's okay. The video creator, really what it does is it's just going to create a slideshow, and it's going to allow you to build videos off of thumbnails and off of photos. That's really all it does. It's just not worth it. Honestly, if you've been on my review site, you will see that I'm a huge fan of Canva. With Canva, you can actually, if you have the Pro Edition, you can create a video like this. You can just go in and they have templates. You can add photos in. You can create multiple pages to create a video. You can do the same thing yourself using a program that you're probably going to want a copy of anyway, because this is a great way to make things like YouTube thumbs, channel banners, Facebook banners, Instagram banners, all that other fun stuff. You can do all that in this program. That's why I like it. So again, the video creation, skip that. It's just not worth it. Really just not worth it. You do get a lot of these bonuses in here, which is kind of cool. Some of them are good. Some of them are the same thing you're going to get elsewhere, like the advanced grammar plugin. Really, it's Grammarly. Come on. Everybody has this. This is not really a bonus. Grammarly is all over the place. They've been advertising like crazy. So don't get sucked too much into the hype. But again, if this is a piece of software, or if you have always wanted to make videos, but you're shy, you don't want to talk on camera, you have a speech impediment, you have some issue where you can't talk, or you're just worried that people can't understand you, Voicebuddy is the way to go. It is a phenomenal piece of software in that regards. Now, from us here at B Reviews, our recommendation on this software is if you feel it's for you, grab the front end, grab the unlimited. If you need translation, grab that as well. And those are the three we highly recommend. The agency and the video, honestly, most of us, if we buy the agency side of it, we're never going to sell that license. We're never going to sell a user into there. Now, if you have a content farm, you just have a ton of people that you want to work with, or you and your family want to build this YouTube page together, and you need other people to have access, grab the agency license. That way you can give them their own individual access. You can all use it at the same time. If not, skip it. Voicebuddy is great. It's a phenomenal program. All of the upgrades, not so much. Again, down below, you're going to see my link to my bonuses. I've got 4 bonuses being added on to this particular software if you do pick up a copy, and it doesn't matter if you pick up the front end or everything. You will get all 4 bonuses if you buy just the front end. So keep that in mind. So for $22, you'll get that, plus all my bonuses. Also, if you liked what you heard today, don't forget, you can always hit that little bell, like the video, subscribe for me. I appreciate that. It really just helps me grow as a creator. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment below. I will respond to those as well. We'll go from there. And of course, if you're feeling so generous, you can absolutely buy me a tea. That link is down in the description. Check out the website, all that other fun stuff. Anyway, from breviews.tech, it's your boy B. And we got another great one here. Voicebuddy. Wonderful software. Get a copy. I'll talk with y'all soon, and we'll talk about another review shortly. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us.